Namaskar. Today we are going to see how the Holy Ganga came to our Bhumi there. Recently we have taken Snana, that is bath, in Prayagraj. There this Holy Ganga, Yamuna and Saraswati, three rivers Sangamam, that is Triveni Sangamam is there. So we all took Snana there. Why? Because this year is Maha Kumbh Mela. It happens once in 144 years. So we took the snana at this auspicious occasion. We have to know how the Holy Ganga came to this earth. So we have to go in the Itihas and the Purana, and this is presented before you in this Purana Vaani 4th episode. Ishwaku is the ancestor of Lord Sri Rama. He had so much bhakti and the willpower, and he used to travel just like that up to Satyaloka, where four-headed Brahma, that is Chaturmukha Brahma, is there. He is great devotee of Paramatma. He used to travel there because of his willpower and other things which I have told. So his descendants, that is Trisangu, Harishchandra, I am mentioning only the persons who are very much familiar, and there in that Vamsa comes this Sagar. This Sagar had 100 sons. So any Maharaja, they perform Ashwamedha Yaga. Ashwamedha Yaga is done, and finally a horse is sent with so much ornaments, and the horse will be going right from the Yagna Bhumi to various places and returns back to the Maharaja, and wherever the horse goes, all that land belongs to that Maharaja. Similarly, this Sagar sends the horse goes on and on, that we have to say, and it never returns to Maharaja. Maharaja waited for quite a long time. Then he was very much worried, thinking that someone might have caught that horse with them. So he has to send his army to fight with that person and to bring back the horse, and then only the Ashwamedha Yaga will be completed. So immediately what the sons of Saga says is, Daddy, don't worry, we will be going there and we will be fighting with whoever have abducted the horse. So they go in search of that horse. They search the entire earth, but they could not find out. And finally, they thought of digging the earth. And they go on digging, and there various down, that is the earth was uneven there, and they were digging, and finally water flowed into it, and now it is called as ocean, sea, bay, whatever we call, that is samudra, that is the ocean and seas. We now call by various names. In Hindi we call it as Sagar, because the sons of Sagar had digged the oceans. But even then they could not found out the horse, and finally they came to know that it is residing in the Patala Loka, and they go on digging by concentrating on that, And finally, they reached the Patala Loka where they found the horse. The horse was innocently standing near a Muni who is doing his penance tapas. He is Kapila Muni and he is doing the penance. This Sagara's son, who had reached there, thought that the horse was abducted by this Muni, and hence they thought of killing that Kapila Muni, and they approached him with weapons. Because of all these things happening, the Kapila Muni, who was sitting in penance by his eyes closed, suddenly opens the eyes and sees that the Sakara's sons are approaching him to harm him. So, with the great kopa, that is, with the great anger, he opens his eyes and sees them, and there immediately all the Sakara's sons burnt into ashes. So, at this point of time, they could not be saved. And later on, it comes to the knowledge of Sagar, and he is very much very worried about this thing. And he discloses all these things to his descendants, that is Asamanjas, his son. Asamanjas is not so much brilliant and he could not do anything. And next comes Amsuman. He tries and tries, but his attempt never does anything. Meanwhile, they come to know that only the Holy Ganga, which is flowing in the uh, in the upper loka, she has to come down, and then only the ashes will turn again into the sons of Sagar. So all these things were happening. The Ganga has to come now to the earth. How to come? So all the devatas approach Lord Vishnu and praise for him for his karuna, and he immediately says that I will be taking a avatar by name Vamana avatar. We all know Vamana avatar, a little boy comes to the earth as a Brahmana. Only the Brahmana has the right to get the Bhiksha. He can seek the alms. He goes to Mahabali, who had acquired three lokas, Buhuhu, Bubaha, Swaha, up to Swargaloka, he was ruling. So this little Brahmana Vaman goes to him and prays for 3 foot sand. 3 foot sand means 3 foot area which he requires. Mahabali tells him, why not you go for some ornaments? Why not you get married? Why not you get some horses or elephants? And you are asking only 3 foot sand. It is very much insult to me as a Mahabali, a great Chakravarti. You are asking only this much. But Vamana said, no, as a Brahman, if he is not satisfied with what he gets, then he will not be satisfied anywhere else and whatever he gets. So it is enough if you give 3 foot sand. Okay, finally Mahabali gives it, and immediately when the water flows on the hands of Vamana, he becomes bigger and bigger, and the biggest one, the Trivikrama Rupa of Sriman Narayana. His leg goes upside because uh, his legs goes to the Satyaloka where Chaturmukha Brahma is there, And immediately after seeing the Sripada of Sriman Narayana, his father, he does Pada Puja by taking that Ganga and pouring on the holy feet of Paramatma. Which is that water? That is nothing but Ganga, and Ganga flows from the Satyaloka directly to the earth. Now it is coming with great force and it has to be controlled, and for that everyone requires a help, and they approach us Rudra, that is Lord Shiva, and Lord Shiva comes there with his jata, with the long hairs, and he catch hold of that Ganga, and he slowly opens it, and it flows like that. While flowing, Ganga puts a condition to Bhagiratha, because only because of this Bhagirath, Ganga flows from where she was running there. Bhagiratha is the son of Dilip, and he does the penance to bring that Ganga from the Satyaloka. That is why we call it as Bhagiratha Prayatana, because whoever does a work without any disturbance and with the consistency, we call it as Bhagiratha Prayatna even now. So that only because of that Bhagirath, the Ganga flows from the Satyaloka down to the earth, and Gangadhar, that is Lord Shiva, who had Dhara, that is he who receives that Ganga from that holy Satyaloka, is called as Gangadhar, and the river, Jiva Nadi, that is Ganga, flows even now. In that Bhagiratha, that Vamsa comes that Raghu, hence we call Sri Rama as Raghukula Tilak, and Ajar is son of Raghu, and Ajar's son is Dasharatha, and Dasharatha is the father of Sri Rama. So this is the history of the great Ganga flowing from Satyaloka down to this earth, and even now we enter into the Ganga and get her blessings. And we have lot of Puranas connected with Ganga, Yamuna, and Saraswati. We can get that blessings in the days to come. Jai Shri Krishna.